We had just got through with some pouring rain. I'm talking about it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it started raining last night sometime, and it just finished maybe 1:30. This is the part that cracks me up about rain and watering flowers and things like that. Our sprinkler system's on. Like I'm thinking to myself, it's pouring rain. Why do we need our sprinkler system on? Anyway, so, that's what happens when you get automatic timers. But I got to thinking about, if you can't grow flowers, what do you do? And I got to talking to Gina about it. And if you can't grow flowers, there's things that you can try. There's things that you can do to kind of help that process along. And we're going to talk about that in this video. Let's check out this zinnia field. Oh, and Gina's are going to get mad because I let Pepper into the field. Look at this. Look at Pepper. Come here, girl. Get out of there. Come around this way. This way. Come on. Come here. Yeah, if she goes running through those zinnias, man, Gina's going to get mad. Hey, Pepper. Anyway, but this is, get out of here. This is the zinnias that we grew here. Boy, didn't they turn out beautiful? And a couple of sunflowers here and there. And Pepper, get out here. But we had a farm tour the other day, and it turned out great. We had over 600 people here, and we had food truck and classes. And one of the classes was what kind of prompted me on why we made this video, or why I'm going to make this video, I should say. And there's some things that you can try if your flowers won't grow. And one of those things is you can try starting them in soil block, right? So you can soil block them, and then you can start your seeds that way, and maybe put them in a greenhouse or under a grow light or something like that, because sometimes you just can't go into your garden, dig a hole in the ground and put them in the seed in dirt. But you need to use the proper fertilizer. You need to use the proper the season. We're in zone 8B now, and maybe they changed it to 9A. I have to ask Gina about that. But you got to think about what zone you are, the climate you're on. There's some things that you have to think about to start. And there's time. If you can't grow a certain flower, think about what time of year you're planting that flower and see if you should start it sooner or start it later. But these, I don't know, these are just this greenhouse that we have. Some people call it hoop house. Some people call it greenhouse. This is an excellent spot to start your flowers. You can start them in little pots like this. You can start them in little trays like this. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? And then you can transplant them when they get healthy enough to get put into the soil. But all this stuff right here, it's just good technique to do. Like if you can't grow a flower the way that you want to, or if you've tried it 1 or 2 times and it's just not working for you, well, you can try starting them, try starting them in soil block and then growing them inside a tray. We use organic potting mixes here. That helps when you want to try to think about what kind of nutrition you're giving the seeds to help them bloom or to help them propagate. So all that stuff's super important. There's nothing worse than, you thinking to yourself, man, I'm going to go start me a beautiful garden this year. The flowers are going to be beautiful. And you get out there, you put your seeds in the ground and they don't come up. So there are some things you can try to kind of give yourself an advantage to help you start growing these flowers. And these are simple techniques. There's a lot more involved techniques that you can go through. As far as like temperature control, how much moisture you're giving them, how much light you're giving them, how much darkness you're giving them, what type of fertilizer or mulch or compost you're using to help promote the good soil that is feeding this seed to help it grow. So there's a lot of considerations. So if you can't get your flowers to grow, start looking at the simple stuff first, right? How much light does it need? How much food does that seed need to grow? And when I say food, I mean like, fertilizer type stuff. What kind of dirt does it need to grow in and things like that. And then once you get those questions answered, then maybe you'll have a better understanding. Is like, okay, well, I can satisfy those requirements by starting the seed in a block first, and then that will help that seed grow. So I think that's a pretty strong technique to help you start growing your flowers better. Let's take a look at some of these sunflowers. Now there's no sun out, but let's take a look at some of the sunflowers that we had growing in the garden. This is bee balma, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Here's some lemon basil. Oh man, look at this. She put smell me on here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, people. Y'all, oh my gosh. Do like this on your, do like this. Scratch your screen. Wow, that is just incredible. That's incredible. I'm trying to dodge these sprinklers, but man, look at those. Oh boy, those guys are getting fed. But look at the color on that sunflower. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? That should be my thumbnail right there. But anyway, got these pollinators here, making it happen. Just beautiful. Look at that. Hey, buddy. Yeah, that's just a beautiful color. I love that color. I'm going to step over here so I don't get wet. But boy, if it was pretty outside. Oh man, look at this. Look at that. Y'all, seriously, you got to start growing. You got to start growing flowers. That's just all there is to it. It's so nice to come out here and just check this out and look at it and see how pretty it is. How beautiful God made this stuff, you know. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I just got squirted. All right. That's a good boy. Hey, look at that. What are you doing, girl? You're a troublemaker. You're a troublemaker. Yes, you are. You are, but I love you. So when you're thinking about growing flowers, think about those things to look for. You know, it's the simple ABCs, right? It's the foundational stuff. You've got to have air to breathe. You've got to have water to survive. It's the same thing with flowers, right? You've got to give them something that they can eat. You got to give them something, you know, some nutrition. You got to give them daylight or sunlight. And that, I think people try to overcomplicate it. You know what I mean? I think that people try to make it like, oh, well, I don't have a green thumb, so I can't grow flowers or whatever. I think if you just take it back to the basics, I think you'll be fine. You know, I think that's really the important stuff, is getting back to the basics, getting the seed in the ground or in a good nutritional soil that's going to promote the growth of that particular flower, and then just going from there. I mean, you know, it's pretty simple. Do your online research on a lot of stuff. Watch a lot of videos from Blackburn Blossoms, because, you know, Gina will go through a lot more technical details about how to grow flowers and things like that. But if you can't grow flowers, try that stuff. I think it will help you out. Anyway, hey, listen, we appreciate you watching. And as Gina would say, bloom where you're planted.